in his second year as head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, joining us here shortly before kicking off the season. He is none other than Arthur Smith on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line. How you doing, Coach?
Great, Rich. Good to talk to you. I appreciate the compliment.
Yes, sir.
And I'll have to download the Roku app now. So.
Will you do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You sold me on it.
You're buying what I'm selling? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. It was a great sales job.
Thank you. You know what? You should make it mandatory for the team. What do you think?
I'll make it mandatory, but maybe, I'll put a little poster outside the team meeting about downloading it with your ad on there. I'll get Bassey and I will make a little poster for you.
I appreciate that. And then if you want to ask Mr. Blank to put it in all Home Depots, if he still has that juice, let's do that too. What do you think?
See how this interview goes.
Always evaluating me. I always feel like you're evaluating me. I always feel like you're evaluating me, Coach. I'll be very honest. But all right, let's jump into it here. So what is your evaluation so far of Desmond Ridder? Let's get right down to the brass tacks about this very talented Bearcat who came out of the draft evaluation community as a player that was maybe the most pro-ready coming out of Cincinnati. Coach?
Well, really, I'm pleased with both quarterbacks. I think Marcus Mariota's had a terrific camp. And Desmond's, we've been pleased with Desmond. There's some things, he's making progress every day, but I'm very pleased with both quarterbacks are at, and there's things we're going to push Desmond to improve on.
Well, I saw what you said about how you think Desmond can take hard coaching. What gives you that impression, or what gave you that impression that Desmond can handle that?
It's not a shot at anybody else.
No, I know that.
Everybody's wired different. And
right.
But it's part of the thing that I like about Des. He's a tough kid, came from a tough program. I think Luke Fickell in Cincinnati, they do a terrific job, and I like the way he's wired. But everybody's different. I've coached all different players, and you got to find different ways to reach them.
No, I understand that. Is there a specific example of how you sussed out that Ridder could take it, whatever you might be spooning out?
It's not really that like bravado he take it. It's just kind of the way his mental makeup, and there's a lot of work. There's a lot of mythology and fluff that goes in the pre-draft process. But once you really get to know the person, what his personality is like, and then as a player, what makes him tick, that's when, to me, you find out the best way to coach him. And
so you've got, as you mentioned, Marcus Mariota at the top of your quarterback flow chart. And what an opportunity that he has in front of him. And toughness is not usually a word that is associated with him or his game, but I think it is. He's one tough cat, certainly when he's running the ball and throwing it as well. What do you see in him that fits and suits your style of play, Arthur Smith?
Well, he's in a different spot. we all continue to grow and learn, and very excited to work with him again. I think the experiences, some of the hardships he went through in the last couple of years, it's only made him better. I think the time he spent out in Vegas was beneficial to him, and I think he's got a new look and a new lease on life, and he's taking advantage of his opportunity. And both those guys it's a great room. They're fun to coach, and so we feel pretty good about where we're at right there.
Arthur Smith, Atlanta Falcons head coach, here on the Rich Eisen Show on the Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line. You tell me if this is too simple a line to draw, but you came from the Tennessee Titans, offensive coordinating an offense that had Tannehill at the controls. Do you see Mariota with that similar skill set running that same type of offense as well? Do you see that,
well, Rich,
Arthur?
We've evolved. I think we have some core beliefs, but we're going to continue to evolve. And so when Marcus walked in here, it wasn't the playbook from 2019 when we were together. We've advanced. And I think you got to play the strengths of your team and your players, around those core beliefs, no different than we did in Tennessee. They're two different players, but certainly there's some things we can do with his skill set, moving and whatnot, that we're excited about.
Do you find that, do you ever sit back and just wonder how things work, about how here you are with Mariota in Atlanta? You're the HC, he's now your QB1. Does that ever strike you, Arthur?
Well, I'm not the most nostalgic person. Only one day. When I can look back on some things. Sometimes, it's cool. That's why all relationships along the way, whether you're on your way up or way down, relationships matter. And you never know. Life comes full circle sometimes.
I thought you don't get nostalgic about our conversations. You don't sit around saying, I haven't spoken to Rich in a while.
Only when David tells me that I got a chance to come on, then I'm like, yeah, well, I enjoy going on here, so see what he's selling, and yeah, here we are.
And I always do appreciate that. So what about you in terms of evaluating yourself from year one to year two as a head coach? What did you glean from that and are bringing into year two for yourself, Arthur Smith?
Absolutely. There's a ton of things you learn along the way, things that you learn, how the building operates, that you learn a lot about the players that are already here, that you're coaching, and there's just so much, even the first time going through a training camp and setting up the season and what you liked, what you didn't like. Certainly this camp's been a lot different than last year's camp, and we'll continue to look at it every year.
And so what about, is there anything specific to last year? You made a note, like, okay, I'm going to be better at this next year. What do you got for me, Arthur?
Well, certainly, we had our reasons why, but, we didn't play guys in the preseason, and whether that's the perfect answer or not, that's a debate around the league, but you got to do what's best for your own team and where you're at. And you evaluate that every year. And where we're at right now with some of the youth we have, we felt it's been necessary for our guys to get out there and play, to get ready to go.
What's the scoop with Drake London? How's he doing right now?
Doing good. Doing well.
Okay. Is he going to be out there week one, do you think, for you?
Rich, I'll let you guys do the prediction. I just, listen to the advice of our medical team, and we'll see where it goes.
Can I help you out with that answer, Coach? Because I like leaving you in a better spot. Can I do that?
Let's see how good you are.
There was an opportunity for you to use one of my favorite coaching cliches, and you could have used it, and I would have been very appreciative of it.
What's your favorite one?
I don't have a crystal ball. You could have used that.
Right, that one gets played too much.
You think so?
Yeah.
You've been around the coaching ranks. Have you ever seen a coach with a crystal ball? Have you ever seen a crystal ball and a coach?
I have not.
Okay, there you go. Not. So nobody does have that.
Somebody might.
Okay. Somebody might. Okay.
There's some characters in this business, Rich, so somebody might.
Never know. You never know. Okay, so what is your thinking on the new emphasis, apparently, that's being placed on illegal contact down the field? We had the former head of NFL refs, Mike Pereira, and the lead Fox rules analyst on our show, and he was giving our fans a heads up. Look for a ton of flags, maybe away from the play, that the league wants thrown that did not get thrown last year. What's your 2 cents on that subject matter, Arthur Smith?
Well, again, Mike's a good guy to do that because he gets paid to talk about the rules. Like I can complain or agree or disagree, and it's wasted energy. When they ask you, our opinion, I'll give it to them. But once they make the rules, we're going to try to, you coach understanding what the emphasis is at. So it's a wasted energy whether I agree or disagree with that. All I care about, tell me what the rules are so I can coach it the right way.
You're basically in mid-season mode right now with me. I feel like that's.
I'm ready to go, Rich.
So what is it? Okay, then give me your mindset for a game day. Then, like when you say you're ready to go, how do you get ready to go? Like, what's your
it's every day
process, man?
When you come into work, thankful for the opportunity. I mean, I think the longer, sometimes I think players and coaches, you get jaded. The longer you're in this business, sometimes, so you fight how lucky you really are to get to work in the NFL. And so it's about perspective. I remind myself. So when I come in here, I'm excited every day. This team's fun to coach. We got Jacksonville here practicing with us today. Excited about that, and just the progress to continue to try to make progress. So that's really why I'm ready to go, because every day I'm thankful I get the opportunity to go do this.
Okay, and so you will plan on your final preseason game to play your guys as much as you're able? Is that because I'm just trying to?
Really, it's we've already played our guys, and some guys will make a decision on how these next couple of days go. But last year I didn't get any of those veterans and presumed starters reps, and I, philosophically, we knew why at the time and where we were at with the roster and them, with all the young guys we had that hadn't had any experience, maybe overestimated with some others. So you take the team this year, and we wanted to get them ready to play. And we've done 2 joint practices, we've had 2 preseason games, and then I'll assess at the end of the week, whether preseason 3, whether we need to play everybody or not. And a lot of it will depend on how the rest of this week goes.
Do you ever get a little look or a high sign from Arthur Smith from Arthur Blank before a Saints game?
No.
Which is the way you never get one of those?
We communicate all the time. He's been unbelievable to work for. Love working for him and Rich McKay. But, we talk, communicate, and he's been terrific. But
do you circle the Saints game? Do you do that sort of thing, like college? Do you do that sort of thing, Coach?
I just look at what's in front of us, and it's such a long season. They're all big, and that's the beauty of the NFL is how important every game is. We know they're a terrific team. They got a lot of good talent. They're going to be a pain up front, so we'll have our work cut out when New Orleans comes in here. But we're excited. We're ready to get out there and compete. We got to. Again, I don't want to jump too far ahead because we got Jacksonville first.
Coach, look, I appreciate the call. I always appreciate you taking my call and chopping it up with me, and I appreciate the support of this program. And as always, I appreciate it. Thank you for the call.
No, I appreciate you having me. I love coming on here. It's a good thing. Do you ever have Mike Vrabel on here?
I have had Vrabel on. Why?
Yeah, ask him about his predictions. He may have a crystal ball. So why don't you ask him? I'd love to hear what his answer would be if you ask him if he's got a crystal ball.
He told me once to take my heart pills and buckle up. That's what he told me. That was that was.
You should ask him. Next time you have him on, say that I told you he had a crystal ball because he loves predictions.
Okay, I will say that. I will definitely say that to him. And sometimes I think he rolls his eyes when he sees my phone call because I'm a Michigan guy. I think that's a problem.
There's no doubt. But I just love to know what his response is going to be.
He's a grudge holder, I think. Certainly, he doesn't want to hear from me after last November either, so maybe not. But I'll definitely do that. I'll do that, Coach.
I appreciate that, Rich.
Take care, man. Be well, and
You
we'll
too.
chat. We'll chat during the season. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. That's Arthur Smith, everybody. Atlanta Falcons head coach, already in mid-season mode.
He really is.
He's
locked in.
He shut every door I tried to open.
I know. You did a good job.
Did I?
I'm just trying to pump you up.
I feel like I went through a 12-round fight.
A lot of rejections. So it's like high school for you again?
A lot of Dikembes?
Yeah.
Wow. Like high school. Wow.